Hey, everybody. So, hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday. It is Sunday, and you have tuned into the Business Plugs Mixer. Hi, my name is Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the Business Plug. And today I'm super excited because today I get to introduce to you two of my friends who are going to tell you about sales, tell you about insurance, tell you about the things they have going on in the Coakley Financial Group world. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my buddies. So, hey, Cal. Hey, Renee.
Hey, thanks. How you doing?
Yeah. So, go ahead and introduce yourself so I don't mess it up. Go ahead and introduce yourselves to my audience so they'll know who you are and what you do.
Well, I'm Cal Coakley.
Yeah, I'm Cal. That's Renee.
And we are, let me see, we are married and we also work together. We have been doing that for a long time
Yes,
now.
over a decade.
That
Yes.
is so cool. I love that. That is gold. Truly gold.
We have an award-winning insurance agency. It's called Coakley Financial Group here out of Georgia, outside of Atlanta, in the Loganville area. And what we do is that we believe in educating families on the importance of life insurance. And that's our key model, our mission. And then also we have a brand that's called the Closing Academy, where we believe sales is a teachable skill. And we believe that anyone can sell. They can learn the skills to become a good salesperson.
Yeah, yeah, and that you all helped me because we talked about me. Because one of the things I say is I'm good at a lot of things, and sales is definitely not one of them. And then you all corrected me and helped me learn about sales objections. So yeah, so novice like me who have no sales experience and who have products that we sell, right? We're out here in the marketplace. You guys helped us get our games together.
Yes.
Yeah, you all. So talk about some of the products and things that you all offer there, and how did you get to here? Like, how did you start doing and say this is the thing we're going to do?
Okay, I like to tell this part because he tells it totally different. And it's true because I used to work for Progressive and I was a claims adjuster, and I absolutely didn't feel like I was making a difference in that job. And I remember agents calling saying, "Hi, I want to go ahead and report a claim." And I'm like, well, wait a minute. These people on the other ends, they sound really happy and they're enjoying what they're doing. So I decided I wanted a piece of that happiness. So I went ahead and studied and got my license. And he decided that he wanted to follow along too. But he tells that story totally different.
So okay, so that's one version. So Cal, what's your version?
My version is that I said, this is easy. I could do that. you know, but while she was doing the P&C side, which is property and casualty, I was looking into the life side because I heard there was a lot of money on that side where mortgage protection at the time was a big deal. So that's how I fell into it. And I said, I'm going to go ahead and take my license, take my test, study for the classes and courses. And but in the meantime, I was still working in corporate America, for over 20 plus years. But my story is that I had got laid off. And when I got laid off, I told my wife, I don't want to go back into corporate America anymore because I just didn't like how they did it. They actually like walked me out to my car, you know, and I was like, wait a minute, I've been with you guys there for a lot of years.
I know, right?
And I feel like a criminal. I was like, I didn't like that feeling. I don't like how it happened. It was just sudden, no warning. And I was one of the managers there. I said, wait a minute. I said, okay, now I don't want to be in that position again. So I came home and I told Renee, I said, Renee, we need to look for an opportunity where we can have our own business and we can have more control over our income and our lifestyle, and no one can just cut us off like that, you know. And kept looking and fell in love with sales. At the time I did some sales at work, but then I fell in love and got into the insurance business, fell in love with sales, and then we did the mortgage protection, got good at that. We also did, other things as well, before we get into the sales piece,
we did a few multi-level
marketing.
The MLM, yeah.
Travel, we did travel. So because we were fighting the fight as entrepreneurs, not to go back to corporate America.
Absolutely.
Then got licensed and insurance, and we found our niche, and that's how the Coakley Financial Group came to be.
Oh wow! So how long of a process was that? Like how many months, weeks, days?
Oh, that process is fairly simple. The thing that I love about this is, so we went to college, got lots of degrees, like they tell you to do. But to get your license, you actually just take a course. And depending on, what you want to do, like I did life, health, and
sickness and accident.
Yeah, accident and sickness. And that was a 40-hour course. But we have agents that just do a 20-hour course, and they do it online. You can do it online, in person. Just kind of depends on what you're comfortable with. But I did mine online, and then you go take the state exam, and that is it.
You get licensed with the state that you're in, and you can get contract with an insurance carrier, and then you're ready to be in business.
Yeah. So what you all are doing now is you're actually helping other people who may have insurance licensing. You're helping them build their own brand.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. Yes. So with the opportunity that we have, if you want to just be an individual producer and just sell insurance, you can do that. Or if you want to own your own agency, we of course show you how to do that too. So,
yeah. And so how does that work? Because I have friends they're in your field of study. And how does that work because it's all, I worked at an insurance company for 26 years. And like I got walked out too, Cass. So it wasn't just you. So how does that work if somebody if somebody has licensing, because they've went through the 40 hours or the 20 hours or whatever, but they feel like they're stuck? Because I get to watch from a distance a lot of agents that are doing like everything to try to get clients. Like you all give them a system, right, that can help them to build their clientele well.
Good question. That's why when you're new to the business, sometimes you might have to bump your head a little bit, because there's not people out there that's going to show you the right way. One of the things about Coakley Financial, because we're agents first, and we know how it was when we first started. We had to find our way because there wasn't anybody helping us, So first of all, when you get licensed, you got to find a good insurance carrier that you can partner with, that's gonna provide all the things that you're looking for. And you mentioned about they trying to find people to talk to. You want to find a carrier that have a built-in lead program where you don't have to go hunt everybody down. You already have a lead system in place. And we do have a carrier that we work with that does have a lead program in place where we provide television leads, direct mail leads. We also provide internet leads as well, and then other marketing material to help the agents. So you need to find a company that's agent friendly. That makes it easier for that person who is new to the business and also who has a lot of training. And we provide training. We have boot camp training. We have webinar training right now, virtual training. So there's a lot of training in place. And then we also do field training, prior to the pandemic. So we still do training right now because we're working by phone. So we do telesales training as well. So long as you find a company that are there to hold your hand through the process, you can be successful. And we can do that right here at Coakley Financial.
I think one of the most important things that he also forgot too is that like our group of agents, our agency, we treat them like family. So we have relationships with them, and we actually make time to mentor them too. So, Cal's calendar, they know exactly how to hop on the calendar. And if they don't, he's calling going, what's wrong? What's going on? How are you doing? Is there anything I can help you with? And so many times what happens is people just get lost in the shuffle and they feel like they're just kind of out there doing it on their own. They don't have any mentorship. They don't have any real leadership to be able to look up to, or just even someone to say, hey, I'm having a really bad day, or I'm having a really bad week, and being able to be motivated. Or sometimes it could just be something small that they need to tweak in what they're doing. And I've seen him do that. And, so it's a lot of times it's just really partnering with the right company for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so you all do that. So you have two sides to your business, right? Because you do sell insurance.
Yes.
Right. So the other side is the client side, the end user. So talk about that, about the people that should consider being insured, especially in these times.
Wow. Yeah. Good question, Linda. Everybody should be insured because everybody that's walking, that's alive, my belief is that you should have an insurance policy on you, because we believe that you want to leave the family dollars instead of debt when you pass on. So everybody needs a policy, especially, and it's affordable. Sometimes it's less than $1 a day. So it's very affordable. So to answer your question, everyone needs it. Now, we offer several types of products. We offer final expense. That is the one that will pay out. It's a whole life product that will pay out in 24 hours in the event of a loved one passing away. Right? You get a call. The person said they passed away. We get a copy of the death certificate. Hey, we cut a check in 24 hours. Mm-hmm. That's a final expense whole life product. Whole life means it's permanent. It doesn't go away, and the face amount never goes down. Premium never goes up. And then we also have a term product. And let me go back with the whole life. Whole life are smaller products, and they can range anywhere from 1,000 to 35,000, maybe sometimes a little higher, but not much. That's about it. So it's enough to just take care of any final expenses. What are those may be? Those may be burial costs. They may be cremation costs. They may be legal costs, probate costs, any medical bills. Those are the things that final expense will help pay down. Now, if you had a term product, that's where you need a bigger policy, where you may have a business, you may have a mortgage, you may have a education, kids, family. Therefore, you want to have a bigger policy where you might need 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, $500,000, $1 million. So in the event of that loved one passing, they don't leave debt on their family. They leave dollars so that family can continue to live the same lifestyle they live with the loved one, especially the breadwinner, if they passed away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So when we're talking about that, because in our preview, we see GoFundMe's, we see fish fries, we see a lot of different things where the people left behind are trying to decently bury their loved ones. And so for the cost of putting one of those things together, they could actually be talking to an agent that can help them get insured.
Yes. And it's penny on the dollar. Very expensive. I mean, we have people walking around there with expensive shoes, sneakers, purses, those expensive clothes, and it's only going to cost, even gas is more. If you have a car, you got to put gas in your car every week. It's cost less than doing that to fill up your tank.
The thing that I also feel about that is, for me, when you plan and you get a chance to plan ahead or even do some planning with your family members, it kind of relieves that stress off of them because they know exactly what you want. They know what your wishes are. And it gives them the opportunity to really be able to grieve you as opposed to trying to figure out how they're going to pay for it. I had the blessing of, I went to the funeral home with my grandmother and mother while they were still alive. Yes. And they got to pick out, it might not sound like fun, but they got to pick out their casket. They got to talk about the flowers that they liked. And what that allowed me to do is that those decisions didn't have to be made at that point in time because they had already been made.
Yes.
I was able to kind of sit back a little, do, minor planning, maybe do obituary and flyers, but being able to really sit back and honor their memories. Because I feel like that's a lot, or honor their life, because I feel like that's a lot about what it's about, is just being able to sit back and honor their life and look at it from a point of view where it's like, I know that you're gone, but I'm so glad that you were here to be a part of it. And a lot of times we're not afforded that opportunity to do that if we're not planning ahead.
Yeah. I think of that in light because talking about Chadwick, Bosman that left us yesterday, which is to us it was unbelievable. But I would think that he really planned, because I've seen pictures of his last days and he knew what was happening and things. And it's just saddens. It's just saddening when you're dealing with the emotions of losing that person, and then now you have to figure out, how can I honor them in their passing?
Yes.
And so having the insurance takes off some of the burden.
Definitely.
Yeah, especially in these times with the pandemic we have going on right now. So many people are losing their lives, believe it or not, and some companies are not even covering you because of the pandemic. They stop accepting new customers.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. Some companies have stopped. Right now they're not accepting any new customers.
Oh
That's
wow.
the case with our partner, the insurance company that we partner with. We're still accepting customers.
Man, well, that's wow.
Yeah.
And you don't think, because you don't know what you don't know if you're
right.
not in the industry. But yeah, so let's talk about how this has been a blessing for your family, because you are a full business, right? You have building and everything, and so, which is wonderful. So talk about how this could be something that someone who's gotten laid off, like you and me, and how this can probably be the saving grace for their families.
Yes. As I said earlier, we have a roadmap in place. We have a system. And we can show them exactly what we have done, how we started. And we partner with a great insurance company, and that's what makes it works. And with that insurance company that we partner with and the marketing firms that we partner with, we have an opportunity where you can build your own business, and we call it your own franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get real here, because a lot of times people don't know your story. They see the end, they see the middle, but they don't see the beginning.
Right.
And I say that because we've been in insurance for a minute. And I remember there was a point in time where Cal was actually doing telesales. He was doing phone calls over the phone. Mm-hmm. And then I remember the laws changing. And literally overnight, because he went in on Friday and then went back to the location on Monday. And when he went in Monday, he no longer had, I don't even want to say a job, but he no longer had a position where he could, sit there and make the phone calls, because it was a telesale company. And we were sitting here going, oh my gosh, what happened? What's going on with our money? Yeah. This is a time where I sell houses. I'm a real estate agent, where I'm selling houses, and the real estate marketing is crashing. And I'm not able to really gather up the sales and the resources like I need to. And we ended up switching to the carrier that we're with now. And prior to that, I'm pregnant with my youngest son, and just not knowing where the next dollar was coming from, and just really putting our faith that, this is exactly where we're supposed to be and what we're supposed to be doing. And when he started working with this company, just being able to really see the money and really be able to afford our lifestyle. And so it was definitely a saving grace. And that was during a recession. So a lot of times people feel like, oh my gosh, you did that, but you did that when everything was great. You did that when everything was optimal. Yeah. No, it wasn't optimal. We didn't know how we were going to pay the mortgage. Right. We didn't know where food was coming from. It was like our savings was dwindling. I had no sales in sight. So like, when I think back on just some of the things that we've been through, and I see what we're going through right now, I encourage people to apply. I encourage people to go ahead and get their license, because people are still calling us needing insurance policies, especially during the pandemic, because now they're faced with their mortality. So where they might have put it off before, they're not doing it now. Even people have lost their jobs because what they're looking at is, okay, I lost my job. I had insurance with my company. I no longer have insurance with them. So what will my family do if something happens to me? So, the times that we're going through right now, I can see some parallels where it's like, you know what, we were at a point where it was a recession. There wasn't any jobs to really be found, because I had applied for job after job and saying, well, maybe I can get into a position in a company, but it just wasn't there. So I think a lot of times, like, we forget to actually tell that story. We, just really being real, is that it wasn't always comfortable. It wasn't always easy. And if it wasn't for this opportunity, I don't know where we would have been, because we probably would have lost our house, our car, and everything else.
Yeah, that's a real story. And that's what some people are facing, because I talked to my friend, Dr. Lavey, a couple of weeks ago, and she was saying that she's a psychologist up in Connecticut. And she talked about how her rosters and, of patients coming in because of the anxieties and the emotions around this period of uncertainty and of hopelessness, of how her clientele, and not just her, but several of my people in the behavioral health space are in seeing an influx of patients, because people are really concerned about what happens next. And so I love that you all give a viable option to those who are seeking something else to do. And it may be a career change. It may be time to make a career change, but you're showing us that it is doable and that we can be all right on the other side of that. So that's definitely worth considering. Definitely worth considering. But yeah, so where do we go from here? So what would be the next step? How would they contact you?
You want to tell them?
Well, we're on all platforms. We're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Instagram, we are on Twitter, we are there. So if they need to contact us, they can do that. They can call us directly. We have a website, which is CoakleyFinancialGroup.com. So, I mean, we try and make it as easily to contact us, but can contact us as easy as possible.
Okay. Yeah, I know you like that. Yeah. So it's usually me doing that.
I know a lot of times people will say things like, well, I don't know how to sell, or I'm not comfortable with selling. And
yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, so I think the difference with us is that, so we had so many agents coming to us saying, I don't know how to sell. I'm not sure how to sell, like within our group, outside of our group. So then that's why we ended up creating the Closing Academy. Because we were teaching people how to do that anyway. So, and we try and make it easy. So it's as easy as a conversation, something that you can ease into when you're not feeling stressed and tense and I have to do it this way, or it has to be. So it's like, no, it can be easy and something that you just flow right into, as opposed to it being something that's daunting and scary. So the Closing Academy has helped us to be able to train a lot of the agents and just make them a lot more comfortable with sales, make them a lot more comfortable with themselves. Because a lot of it is confidence too, being able to really gain that confidence. And then, earlier we have the sales objection flashcards that we gave up, that we sell. And what you do is you're able to just practice the objections. So it makes it easier for you to know what to say and when to say it when you practice. It kind of becomes like muscle memory.
Absolutely. It helped me. And I had to change computers at the last moment, because I had my cards right there beside my computer so I could show it. Yeah, there they are. Those cards, and then those are available on Amazon.
Yes.
Yeah.
On Amazon.com, type in flashcards.
Sales objection flashcards.
Yep, sales objection flashcards. Look for the Closing Academy.
Yeah, and I love that it gives you the scenario, and then on the back it tells you what you should say.
The respond, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And I was like, oh, I feel like I probably got here and sell it our house or something.
You can make it
Too.
you can make it a
You can
game
play
where
games
it's,
and others.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, so what's
Yeah.
your answer to this one? So
Yeah.
it makes it fun too.
It is. It is. It is. Yeah. So those are available on Amazon. You can put sales objections flashcards in the search engine and make your purchase right there. And then you can reach out to the Coakleys on Coakley'sFinancialGroup.com if
Right.
you're interested in any of the programs they have, or if you need an insurance, you can reach out to them and have that conversation. This is a time when we really need to think about it. Nobody likes to talk about insurance because, especially life insurance, because people think, well, that is just bad vibes or whatever. But the reality of it is, I have rarely log on these days and not see somebody that's lost a loved one due to the pandemic or due to their health issues.
Yeah.
So it's just a conversation that we need to have. And so that's why I thank you guys for being on here with me so that we can educate my public on LinkedIn and on Facebook. So share, you guys, share this information. So parting words, what would you like for the audience to understand as we close out?
I like to let you know, Linda, that in these times, we all need to take this serious and get our business in order. What we mean by that, if you have policies, get yourself a policy review what you have, see if you have enough, see if you need some more. If you don't have any, talk to someone that can help you.
That's good advice. That's very great advice. Great advice. So my name is Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the business plug. And so this Sunday, you have just joined me and the Coakleys to learn about insurance as a user and as a business. So please stay tuned. If you guys will hold on for 1 minute, I'll go ahead and close us out. You guys have a great one. See you next Sunday at 7.